Hello, Lord here for Life here, bringing us a brand new video. I have tried recording this 4 times. Anyway, so I just want to dive right into it because I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's a dead horse worth beating, which is unfortunate. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not going to say it's dying, but God does it feel like it's lost a spark for me, and I can only think of like one or two other times in the game's history that at least I've played where I've been like, yeah, I kind of want to quit. Okay. So even though I've barely uploaded for the past few years, I have still played the game. I've still been following through with it. I have barely even taken a break. I've been going up to my locals every Saturday, roughly. Not every Saturday. Obviously, sometimes things come up, but for the most part, every Saturday, been going up my locals playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, and the occasional Tuesday. That's what my locals has always done, Yu-Gi-Oh! Saturdays and Tuesdays. And it's been 12 years since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to be 12 years this year. God. I am, every day I'm reminded of how old I'm getting. It is crazy. 12 years. 12 years I've played this game. And you know what? I owe Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to be 100% fully honest and frank with you guys. I would be a completely different person today if it wasn't for Yu-Gi-Oh! I still remember 12 years ago when my brother forced me up out of my room to go and play Yu-Gi-Oh! At our locals. Back then, I was in a very dark place and I was very depressed. Just because I said that, YouTube's going to bury this. But I don't care. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Helped me get out of that. Because of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I learned social skills. I had to talk to people. I had to interact with people. I had to figure out how to be a person again. And it's thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! That I was able to do that. It's thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! That I was able to finally break out of my shell and become somewhat of a people person again, because I once upon a time was, but life happens. I'm not going to dig into that. There's no reason to bring up my everything about my old life and everything and my childhood and all that. That's not this video. Maybe one day. Not this video. But the point is, if it wasn't for Yu-Gi-Oh, I would be a totally different person. And I have to thank Yu-Gi-Oh a lot for what it did do for me. I cannot stress that enough. That being said, it's a, how do I put it? It's not exactly always a fair relationship with this game. I've had many problems with it over the years. Growing up, was only ever given $5 a day. $5 Saturday, $5 Sunday, Tuesday to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That was it. And so I was never able to get cards, and always had to, sometimes I'd have to just not play Yu-Gi-Oh! In order to save up money to get cards. And that's how it was for the longest time. That's why when me and my friends first decided to make this YouTube channel, good lord, like 8 years ago, something like that, I don't even know. I was in my, let's see here, I was freaking in my second or third year of high school when we decided to make this YouTube channel. And I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to say my first year of high school, something like that. I'm checking right now as I'm doing this. I don't do this scripted. I'm sorry, guys. I made this YouTube channel a year after I started playing. And that was with my friends. Originally, this was going to be a team thing. It was fun. I loved playing casual with my friends, especially since they taught me things. They taught me how to deck build. They taught me how to properly play this game, how to work with chain links, how to make the most out of the decks that I could play. For the longest time back then, I played Nordic. That was my main thing. One of the first YouTube videos I uploaded on this channel was my Nordic deck profile. God, that brings back memories. And, nowadays, a lot has changed over these past 12 years. All my friends quit. I have one friend. I have one friend who I actively hang out with who still plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I just remembered my other friend just told me last Wednesday when we went to play Digimon that he's quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! Effectively. Like, he's going to keep decks to play, like, occasionally, but for the most part, he's done with the game. And I don't blame him. I really don't. At this point, I do not. Because this game, it has been absolutely freaking absurd with the crap that's been going on for the past, like, 2 years, I want to say. You know, I've put up with a lot with this game. I remember Dragon Roar format. That was hell. But you know what? It was fine. It really was, to some extent. Because, you know what, Dragon Roars, well, they were bad, and so was Spellbook. It really, in comparison, was not as bad as it could have been. And then on top of that, you know, moving on with how the game has changed. Having to deal with Zodiac, having to deal with Pepe, having to deal with all that. You know, I stuck through with it. Especially since for the most part, I'll be honest, I only ever played against Dragon Roars like twice. Okay? I was never at the top tables back then. I was playing freaking Nordics at the time. Are you kidding me? I played against... I can remember one time when I played against Dragon Roars, and I was on YgoPro, and I was playing Cyber Dragons when they announced that new structure deck back in the day when freaking... Oh my god, when Nova was new. Oh god. Bringing back memories. You know? And Zodiac format, now that was hell. Pepe format, that was hell. I had to deal with those decks multiple times. It was not fun. But you know what? I stuck through with it. I still had friends who played. I could still go and play casually. I could still just chill out and play the game. And heck, you know what? For a good chunk of a while there, after high school was done and over with, I was working so much between... I had no free time. So, you know what? I missed out on quite a few formats because I had to work Saturdays, and oftentimes I was too busy or working on Tuesdays, so I couldn't get to play. So, you know what? I did miss out on quite a few formats, but with the big ones, had to deal with them. Had to deal with them. I've had to deal with a lot of that crap. So, why is it that now all of a sudden I am feeling this way when I've had to deal with so much in the past? And here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Tier 0 formats used to last not all that long, or at least it never felt like it, okay? And moreover, Tier 0 formats would happen sporadically. It was very actually rare that they would happen. In the past, like 2 or 3 years, I've generally lost track of time. We freaking have had 2, arguably 3 Tier 0 formats. You know, there's Tier Limit, and now there's freaking Snake Eye that's been going on for 6-7 months. Well, not 7. It'll be, let's see, February, so 5-6 months soon. And we've had to deal with this crap for that long. And, you know, I get it that Snake Eye compared to Tier Limit is not that bad, but when you got a deck that can OTK out of nowhere, and that is so meta warping, you cannot reliably take a deck to a locals, even just a locals, without having to play 15 plus hand traps in your deck. Okay, now I get it. Every time that a Tier 0 format happens, that's the case. But like, it is so ridiculous in terms of how deck defining this is. Okay, my favorite thing to do in card games is to deck build. That's my favorite part. Always has been. And the fact that, like, I am so shoehorned into it, what I have to play. I have to, every time I'm looking at a deck, I have to be like, okay, I have to play 15 hand traps. I have to fit in 3 Veiler, 3 Ghost Warner, 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, and then try and fit in some other ones, or just deal with that, or just risk it with the 12. You know? And then, oh, you gotta throw in the others on the side. DD Crows, all that stuff. It's ridiculous. You know? It really is. And maybe I'm just shouting to the heavens. I was complaining about this on Saturday, and one of the other guys there was like, oh, shut up. That's how it always is. Every one of the past few Tier 0 decks have been 6 months or so. What's this one different? What is this one different? Well, for one thing, we're going to go into another one with Fiendsmith soon. let's be real here. Fiendsmith Yubel is another one coming up. That's not a joke or anything. Especially if we get the little underworld goddess, the Link 2 one. Especially if we get her as like an OCG import and info. The deck is going to be borderline tier 0 if they hit Snake Eye. And that's like... We're in a lose-lose situation no matter what they do, unless they just absolutely do a big massacre ban list. I'm talking, if they do not, like, strangle Snake Eyes, I'm talking Ash 2-1, 1-2-1, OSS banned. If they don't hit that deck as hard as they possibly can, then we're going to have an issue where anything they do, oh, they're just going to throw in Fiendsmith. And then you throw on top of that, like, you know, Fiendsmith Yubel is going to be a big thing. We just got Phantom of Yubel. Fiendsmith Yubel is going to be another big one. And then, like, if they hit Snake Eye too hard, then it's just going to be, now we got tier 0 Phantom Yubel. With all that stuff. And it all cycles back to one problem that this game has been doing lately. And that's one-card combos. Okay? One-card combos. I get it that that's where the game is headed. I get it that that's how it's going. Okay? Like, literally, every meta-relevant deck is a one-card combo. Okay? Melodious. Able to do a one-card combo with Ostinato and First Movement Solo. Arguably, they can do it with their Stratos, but that depends on the rest of their hand and what they got going. Freaking Snake Eye have like 5 one-card combos. You got Wanted, you got OSS, you got Actually, let's count it out. Wanted, which gets you to Diabellstar. Diabellstar, her stealth. OSS, if you happen to draw it. Snake Eye's Ash, Snake Eye's Poplar. Yeah, that's 5 one-card combos that they can just pop off. And then they have so much bounce back where it's just like, oh, you wipe their board and everything, but oh, they searched that Oak last turn, or oh, they searched another Ash, because clearly we did not learn from before about not, I don't know, letting a Stratos search another Stratos. I thought we learned about that. You know how many freaking decks have come out between Stratos and now, where their archetypal Stratos can't search itself? And then, oh, but no, Snake Eyes Ash can do it. Because why not? Why not? You know? It's not like this deck is being pushed really hard or anything. It's so laughably ridiculous. It really freaking is. It really is. Okay? I am just so dumbfounded. You know, and that's not even all of them. Tenpai, one-card combos. Freaking Gimmick Puppet, as happy as I am that the deck is going to be competitively viable after info. It's a freaking one-card combo again, except this time, oh, it's an FTK. Which, I'm so unbelievably frustrated. Okay, now, like, my happiest time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, at least in the most recent times, was that wonderful format where the 2 best decks were arguably Unchained and Purely, yet you had like 20 decks that could top, because they were topping. And yet you had freaking meta snobs who go and say, oh, this format is horrible! Too many decks are viable! And now those same people are complaining that Snake Eye is like tier 0. You got what you freaking wanted, you freaking jerks! Okay, and I know I'm venting. That's what this video is. That's really what it is. And I'm so sick of it. This game means so much to me. And yet, I can't find the enjoyment. I can't. At all. I have never been this frustrated with this game. The future feels bleak. The current is terrible. And the past has been unbearable. I have no words for really for how do I really convey my full emotions on it. Granted, I guess I just did. I don't even know. You know? And, you know, there's it's not like I have much to look forward to in terms of card games in general. My favorite card game, Chaotic, is still dead. There's still no word on any chance or possibility of it coming back. Freaking Pokemon is unbelievably boring. I hate how uninteractive it is. I despise Magic, which is funny because I've actually had more fun playing Magic on freaking Arena than I have been having playing Yu-Gi-Oh lately. Okay, I despise Magic for a lot of reasons I might talk about in another video, but I refuse to put any real money into the game ever again. And then Force of Will's dead. I love that game. Before you go, oh, Force of Will's still alive. Only on the East Coast. Literally only on the East Coast. That's the only place that Force of Will's still alive, and I don't even know how true that is. That's just what I've heard. You know, and then that just leaves 2 other card games that I have any interest in. Digimon, which is struggling, at least in my area, at least how it feels like. Okay, it's unbelievably difficult to get product. It's unbelievably, like, expensive with certain decks. It's honestly ridiculous. And then, like, you can't even, like, hold on to stuff because they drop in price so quick. Freaking, I pulled a Fang Longmon. Actually, not even just one. I pulled 2 out of Animal Coliseum. And he was a $30 card back then. Guess what? He's like $12 now. The card held no value. Same thing with most of the cards in that set. Animal Coliseum. Pathetic. You know? And then I don't even get to go and play in tournaments or anything because freaking... because the only places that do it are, like, super far away. It's frustrating. Then there's Grand Archive, which I have genuine hope for, and I really want to actually get more into. And the more and more I think about it, and the frustrations I have with Yu-Gi-Oh, the more I think about just, at this point, stopping playing Yu-Gi-Oh for the foreseeable future. I don't even know how long. It feels like, at the rate it's going, unless we get a massacre ban list where they actually take care of things, where they actually get rid of some of these uber powerful decks and these 1-card combos, unless they get rid of them, like, I don't know if I want to keep playing this game. It hurts. It hurts so much. And, you know, the worst thing is I see so many people, and it's just like, oh, you're just whining, you're just complaining, shut up, play the game. Or, you know, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. And I try to get my friends to try other card games with me, what few friends I do have still, and they have no interest. I try to continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I can still have some form of social interaction, and I am miserable. I played in a case tournament on Saturday, playing Melodious. Pure Melodious, 12, 15 hand traps, I forget exactly how many. I'm going to do a deck profile of it later. And, yeah, I have fun playing the deck. Yeah, I do. Just going to back up on this. I didn't realize my recording was low on how much I was playing on Master Duel. But, like, I played against Snake Eye 3 times in a row. And every time it was the most unfun, unbearable games I've had since Tier Limit format. Tier Limit's darn near got me to quit. I'll be 100% honest. The only reason why it did not was because I had no other card game to play. At the time, when I was interested in Grand Archive, which my locals was running, Grand Archive, at least at my locals, was in a Tier 0 format, because everybody was on Fire Rai, where they could get to 30 damage with a fireball by turn, like, 2 or 3. And back then, there was no way to really stop it. That wasn't fun. And, you know, like, I didn't mind Castera format at all. I actually had fun playing against Castera, I'll be honest. I didn't think it was that bad. I don't even think it was really tier 0. Like, it had so many ways to out the big boy. I don't even remember his name, Arias Heart, whatever it was. Snake Eye, it doesn't feel like that. Unless you killed him on your turn. If you're going second against Snake Eye, God help you. You have to break their board. If they establish their board, because you didn't draw enough hand traps. Then you have to kill them. Or any single card gets them to an instant OTK with freaking, oh god, what is his name? Rolled Zelantis? The fact that they have a 1-card OTK they can get to without any real trouble, it's terrifying, man. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I've seen so many people talk about this. Heck, I just saw Callie, the Callie Effect, upload a video today about Yugioh having a problem. And, you know, I don't know what they can do to fix it. My best suggestion would be an absolute massacre ban list. I'm talking hitting every big card in Snake Eye. Preemptively hitting Beatrice. And just taking care of all these problem cards. I don't know if I can stand it going through another tier 0 format. But the thing is that Konami's not going to do that. Konami isn't. Why would they? Why? Why would they? Why would they preemptively hit, why would they preemptively hit Fiendsmith? They don't need to. Sure, it'd be smart to do it for the health of the game, but then no one's going to want to buy Fiendsmith. Why would they want to hit Snake Eye when they need to sell the tins? The tins are more important than the health of the game. Profit's more important than the health of the game. That's at least what they think. You know, what is one of the craziest things? Okay. So, Digimon really impresses me. Really, really impresses me. Not only are they trying to unify the Japanese sets with the rest of the world. Like, I'm not joking. They're genuinely trying to make it so that the whole Digimon community, the whole Digimon TCG community is unified. They're actually combining like 3 sets together. They're rushing out product faster, so then everything's unified. Because the Digimon card game was brought worldwide like a few years after the Japanese version launched. So they're trying to unify it. That's amazing. And you know what else they did? They preemptively hit a tier 0 deck. Back in February-ish, I think, was it? I can't remember. Whenever BT16 came out, Exceed Apocalypse. Actually, wait, that might be 15. I don't remember. I get my sets mixed up. Anyways, whenever Exceed Apocalypse was getting ready to come out, that set introduced the Dark Masters and Apocalymon. You know, big bad boys from the first series. Awesome, awesome. People were excited. And then they found out that there's a tier 0, like, insta-win strategy where you get multiple Apocalymon out, trigger his effect multiple times to mill your opponent's entire deck out. And you could do this, like, super quick, super easily. Like, unfairly fast. And it created a tier 0 deck in Japan. And so people were not happy about the upcoming format. People were not looking forward to it. And you know what Bandai did? They preemptively hit Apocalymon to 1. Okay, he went from 4 to 1 very quick. Now, technically speaking, he was still legal at 4 for like a month. But like, they're like, hey, we're giving you a little bit of time to play with it, and then it's going to 1. And that's it. And you know what? People were happy. Apocalymon went from probably going to be one of the most expensive cards in the set to being dirt cheap because everyone's like, well, you're only going to need 1 in a month anyways. They only gave us a month of hell. Like, why can't Konami do that? Like, come on. You know, could you imagine how nice it would be if they did a ban list? Okay. They did a ban list that took care of Snake Eye now. That got rid of the problem with Snake Eyes now. And then also was like, hey, here's some changes we're going to make to Fiendsmith, but you only got to deal with it for a month. Like, that'd be amazing. But Konami's not going to do that. They're not going to hit Snake Eye hard either. They want to sell those tins. You know what? I'm not going to buy the 10s. I'm not. I am not going to buy the 10s. I'm going to pick up Infinite Forbidden for the Gimmick Puppet stuff. Heck, I might even not even buy the set. I might just pick up the Gimmick Puppet stuff, depending on what rarity it is. God help me if it's expensive. I'm hoping the Fiendsmith takes up most of the high rarity slots. So, but like, I'm genuinely tempted to be done with Yu-Gi-Oh! For the foreseeable future, except to just goof around. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with the deck you're seeing online here. Valmonica Performage. I've built it IRL. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing a deck profile and like talking about combos and stuff with it because I feel like it's honestly might be the best version of Valmonica. And then like looking at other stuff, I want to mess around with Ritual Beast. But oh, that brings up another problem with this freaking game. Freaking the short print ratios. Why is Laura a short print? Why is it that out of 47 cases, the people who did that only opened 100 Laura? Why is it that Laura is a $20 card and you need 3 of her for a freaking deck? For a tier 2 rogue deck? Heck, that's at best. It's probably more likely tier 3. I'm so frustrated. I am so frustrated. So frustrated. Anyways, I have rambled on long enough. I need to stop. I need an event about this. I don't even know if this is going to go up. Because, again, I've tried recording this 4 or 5 times. And, you know, Yukio's really at a crossroads at this point for me. I know other people feel like it, but I want to know how you guys feel. I want to know how you feel about me maybe branching into other card games for this channel. And I really do mean that. You know, I know I've barely uploaded for like the past 2 years. It's work. I am so tired after work, and then my brain registers making videos as work half the time. So I am making a conscious effort for my own sanity to try to change that, because I miss making YouTube videos so much. And you know what? I got the entire month of July off, so I genuinely want to get back into doing this more. Maybe if I can get back in the swing of things, I'll be making more videos. Anyways, that's everything. I could ramble more and more about my problems with pull rates and ratios and short prints and all that crap. You know, I can't even fool around with a Dragon Magia like turbo deck because he's freaking $500. You know, at first I was fine with like, oh hey, let's make a not meta relevant card a short print, but now I'm like, oh wait, he's got a good effect. I kind of want to mess around with that. I digress. That's everything. I could seriously ramble about this for like an hour. Maybe I'll do a live stream sometime next week and talk about it more. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts, opinions? Rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Again, I do got some more videos coming out. I got a Melodious deck I want to do the deck profile of, the one that I played on Saturday. I actually did pretty good until I started like really flubbing it at the end. I freaking bricked hard against Vanadium, and that was my last round, and it's like, oh, okay, I can't top now, never mind. I did beat Snake Eye twice. That was my first time I've beaten Snake Eye. I was proud of myself. But I digress. I got that coming up. Got the Valmonica Performage deck profile coming up. And also I want to, because I love this deck so much, I want to do combos and tutorials and stuff and how to play it. I've only ever seen people talk about Valmonica as a pure thing and as a with Purely, which I don't like playing it with Purely. I've tried that. I don't like it. And then I do have another Grand Archive deck profile coming up. I might re-record it, so it might be different, but because I started doing it and I turned off all my fans because I was doing it in my room, and my room has horrible insulation. And I got really hot, and you could tell by the end of it because the deck profile went on forever. I got the fans on right now, but like they were like genuinely, I got poor lighting. I might actually like wait to re-record that until after I get my until after I get on my vacation in July. Anyway, so that's everything. I could again ramble about this for ages. Thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think about Yu-Gi-Oh and where it's at? Are you wanting to see more Grand Archive stuff? The deck profile for the Sylvan deck did do pretty good. Well, comparatively to how it could have done if I were still uploading regularly. But I digress. Peace out. See y'all later. Bye. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you and have a great day.